Yes.
New subject.
Sure.
Chairwoman of the Russian Federation Council, the upper house of the Russian Parliament, Valentina Matviyenko, planned to travel to New York shortly. She was supposed to take part in an Inter-Parliamentary Union session there. She was also invited to take part in a meeting of women heads of national parliaments, as far as I understand. The way that her visa request was handled by the U.S. Embassy in Moscow was condemned by your counterparts at the Russian Foreign Ministry some time ago. They said that what you did was essentially a violation of international norms, and limitations and constraints that you put on her visa were unacceptable. I was wondering if you have a comment to this comment.
I'd say three things. One, the United States remains committed to meeting our UN host duty obligations regarding the transit for officials on UN business. We don't discuss, and I'm not going to start today, discuss the details of individual visa cases. Visa records are confidential under law. And then thirdly, it is a matter of public record that Ms. Matviyenko has been sanctioned by several countries due to her actions related to Ukraine, and she and other Russian officials are aware that she is subject to sanctions. Sure. Sure. Who are you?
It's Michelle, way back here.
Okay.
You know, the UN is coming up in soon, the UN General Assembly, and obviously Russia is going to be bringing a lot of other officials. What kind of, when you say you have to facilitate travel to the UN, what kind of restrictions can be put in place on people that are on sanctions lists? I mean, how do you weigh those two issues?
Well, as I said at the outset, I mean, we take our obligations seriously in terms of UN business and being the host nation for the UN. And without getting into the laundry list, I mean, if travel is in relation to strictly UN business, we take those responsibilities seriously. I can't get into the specifics on this case.
But if people are on a sanctions list and they go to the UN, can they not stay in U.S.-owned hotels? I mean, do U.S. businesses have to look out for this kind of thing?
I don't know I just don't know what restrictions are placed on people that are being sanctioned and yet confirmed to be on UN business and at the UN. I mean, I'll have to see if I can find out and get back to you on that. I just don't have a list of what restrictions there may be on them when they're in the country.
Can I stay in Russia for a second?
Yeah, sure.
I wanted also to get back to the INF Treaty violations issue, the alleged violations by Russia. It's been reported by the U.S. media, which quoted unnamed U.S. officials, that U.S. government conceded that U.S. officials who went to Moscow to discuss this matter with their Russian counterparts never actually detailed those charges, never described what it was specifically that concerned you and that constituted the supposed violations of the INF Treaty by Russia. Is that correct?
We have provided information to Russia on its violation, and we're confident that the Russian government is aware of the sophisticated ground-launched missile to which we're referring to on this violation.
So you described those concerns in details?
We provided them the information about that we had on their violation. Yes.